What is going on, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard at Graybeard Gaming Group. Today is Tuesday, October 20th, and as always, I hope this message finds you healthy and safe. As I'm sure most of you know by now, Title Update 11.1 went live this morning. There are a lot of things we want to touch base on. We want to answer some questions, so we are going to jump right into it. Make sure if you're new to the channel, you hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of what we're doing here. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful in any way, take a quick second and hit that like button. It really does help us out. Finally, as you know, we have giveaways at our channel, and our current one is for an Xbox One S or a PlayStation 4 Pro, and all you need to do to enter is subscribe to our channel here or follow us on Twitter. Either way is fine. We will be announcing the winner on November 5th of this year, and as I've said in every previous video, watching our content is not a requirement to win. Only watch the things here you may enjoy. That's why we give you the option of entering via Twitter. Having said that, let's get into today's video. Now, our original plan for this morning was to go over all the patch notes, but since it's live, we're just going to show you some of the highlights, and these are the things that all gamers have really been looking forward to with this update. First of all, we want to talk about targeted loot. Now, everyone has been referencing, the summit because there's that whole new targeting loot system. However, they made a change to the general map as well, and it's absolutely awesome. You can see, my friends, we now have the ability to target certain named gear sets, and that is huge for so many players because I hear from so many people saying, I need that one piece of, strikers or that one piece of foundry, whatever it may be, and this gives you the ability to do that. And I know a lot of people were wondering, well, what's the point of farming anywhere but the summit because you can really pick that targeted loot? But now that they've made this change to the main map, for people who don't like doing the summit, this gives them the option of finding more things. And that, in my opinion, is what updates in this game should be all about. It should be about giving players options, ways that they can design their gameplay to really, make sure they enjoy themselves. And with these changes, it really moves us in that right direction. Continuing on in regards to loot, they have said now that there's really going to be a scaling difference between the difficulty and how many directives you have and how that relates to the quality of loot that's actually dropping. Like I mentioned previously, I will be making comparison videos, showing you the difference of the loot we got, let's say on challenging with no directives and challenging with 5 directives, and hopefully we will see that difference in the loot quality as we add more directives. Now we want to move on to the summit, my friends. We're going to jump to the elevator so you can see everyone starts at floor number 1. You can change the settings, you can do any difficulty you like, and they've also gone over the threat scaling, which shows you how your enemies will change throughout the summit itself. Now keep in mind what you're looking at is threat scaling for normal difficulty. I assume that the harder the difficulty, the more, bosses and named enemies you may encounter, but right now I'm just going to show you the basics of what you can expect. Like I've said, you have the option now of changing whatever difficulty you want. I mean, this is the best part of the summit, in my opinion. So, now people can really choose their gameplay. And in regards to directives, you see there are 9 total you can run. So in theory, if you're running all 9, you should be getting totally maxed out gear. Next, we're going to show you how targeted loot works in the summit. The first thing you'll do is hit that elevator button. Once that happens, this map shows up. You will push up in the directional pad, and that will get you to the next page, which is where you can choose anything you want to farm for. And this is such a great feature. I mean, to be honest, I'm looking at this kind of like, how like if you're looking at Netflix, you're like, what do I want to watch? And you see so many different things, you can't make a choice. Like, I have no idea what I'm actually farming for right now, so I'm just going to pick something. And yeah, I mean, again, this is such a great addition to the game. Next, we want to get into matchmaking. Now, they have fixed the bug which made your screen reload twice if you were trying to matchmake from the summit itself. However, I've tried 3 different ways and I still have not been able to find a group. So this first attempt I made was just in the lobby of the summit itself. I wasn't at the computer, I was just standing in the middle of the lobby. Now, each of these attempts, I waited 5 minutes, and unfortunately, I was not put in a group during that time. I'll show you my second and third attempts as well. The third attempt was going back to DC because I always felt that, when you tried to matchmake for the summit from DC, you'd get into a group quicker. But again, unfortunately, that wasn't the case this time. So, I mean, this was 15 minutes of gameplay that I spent trying to get into a group, and like I said, I wasn't able to. So, if you, I don't know, let me know down below if you guys are having issues with it as well. It could just be me, it could just be the timing. There's no one on right now, not sure what to think. I mean, we're already hearing back from other gamers having the typical issues, you know, when a new patch launches, their blue screens, delta errors, things like that. So again, please let me know of any issues you may be having down below, and hopefully we can get them solved. Now, so far, overall, what I've seen in these changes, I really like it. I really love, you know, what they're actually implementing into the game itself right now. But I do want to take a quick minute and go over some of the patch notes yesterday. And I really felt like they left a lot of things out that we've really been talking about for a while. And the two things I'm really going to be focusing on are PvP play and bug fixes, because like I've said, you know, in my opinion, these are things, and I rarely play PvP, but like, I mean, I don't even have the words on how neglected I feel that aspect of the game is. And the main reason I say that is this. For months, people have been talking about major issues with cheating and bugs and glitches and all these things in the Dark Zone, and these are all the notes that people who play PvP got, and it's totally unfair. The fact is they have been talking about for weeks that they will be announcing these major changes coming to PvP when Title Update 11.1 hits, but this is all those players got, and like I said, they really need to focus on that aspect of the community as well. The other thing that PvP players have been talking about is the actual quality of loot they're getting in the Dark Zone itself. And I gotta tell you, for me, so I wound up playing like 3-4 hours of the Dark Zone last week because I was trying to get DZ credits so I could buy something from one of the vendors. And I gotta say, I'm thankful I was only looking for credits, because when you try to get credits, you know, you pick up items, you break them down, then you have to extract those, you know, resources in order to get the money. But if I was looking for gear itself, I would have wasted my time, because the gear in the Dark Zone was awful. And once again, this is coming from someone who rarely sets foot in the Dark Zone, but one thing I want to make sure I do with this channel is make sure all gamers are represented. So regardless of skill level or how you play, these are things that we all want to see fixed. One of the next things I want to go into are the bug fixes that they put in the Title Update 11, notes, 11.1, patch notes. And I mean, some of these are relevant. Others, I mean, it's like, who cares? I mean, if you go to the 6th one down, it says Legendary Black Tusk have been taught how to hold guns properly. How does that matter? Like, why does that matter? What I want to see happen is not being meleeed for like 2 million in damage from a random NPC. Now, they do touch base on certain things that definitely need improvement in regards to things they've fixed. However, the only thing that gets me skeptical is a lot of those issues are ones we've had for a while, so those were things that they said were fixed before. So therefore, once again, at this point, we just have to wait and see. Now, this is where I really count on you guys. Please let me know down below of any issues you may be having, because it's things I want to report right away, and I want to get as much information as I can to hopefully send over to developers. Now, I was just about to get into answering some of your questions. However, the Division just put out this tweet that says the next state of the game will be on November 4th, when we will introduce the upcoming Title Update 12. There is no show planned for tomorrow. Therefore, what we're going to do is this. We're going to wrap up the video now. We will try to get you more answers to your questions over the next day, and then tomorrow we will do our own state of the game and hopefully have some more details for you then. As I've said a few times in this video, please leave any issues you may be having with 11.1 down below. I want to try to get to all of your questions, and like I said, hopefully we'll have some more info tomorrow and really see overall what people think. On that note, my friends, we're going to wrap this up. As always, thank you so much for the continued support. You guys are amazing. How you've brought us into the Division 2 family has just been unbelievable, and we are incredibly thankful for everything you guys are doing. Make sure if you're new to the channel, you hit that subscribe button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button. But most importantly, as always, take care, be kind, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.